Christopher Nolan's next movie is going to be The Odyssey. It's going to come out in 2026. Let's go through some of this article here, and then I'll do a little recap, a few words from myself at the end. Christopher Nolan is following his Oscar-winning Oppenheimer with a true epic, Homer's The Odyssey. It will open in theaters on July 17th, 2026, Universal Pictures said Monday. Details remain scarce, but the studio teased that it will be a mythic action epic shot across the world. Using brand new IMAX technology, it will also be the first time that an adaptation of Homer's saga will play on IMAX film screens. Nolan has been an IMAX enthusiast for years, going back to The Dark Knight, and has made his last three films exclusively using large format film and the highest resolution film for cameras. For Oppenheimer, the first black and white IMAX film stock was developed. Nolan hasn't said specifically that the new technology for The Odyssey will be, but earlier this month he told the Associated Press that they are in an intensive testing phase with IMAX to prepare for the new production. They have an incredible engineering staff, really brilliant minds doing extraordinary work, Nolan said. It's wonderful to see innovation in the celluloid film arena still happening, and happening at the highest level possible. The Odyssey will be Nolan's second collaboration with Universal Pictures following Oppenheimer, which earned nearly $1 billion at the box office and won the filmmaker his first Oscars, including for Best Director and Best Picture. Rumors about his next project have been swirling ever since, with near daily speculations about plot, none of which turned out to be true, and casting. While there are many reports about actors joining the ensemble, none has been officially confirmed by the studio. The Odyssey is one of two major ancient Greek epic poems attributed to Homer. It is one of the oldest works of literature and still widely read by modern audiences. Like the Iliad, the Odyssey is divided into 24 books. It follows the Greek hero Odysseus, king of Ithaca, and his journey home after the Trojan War. After the war, which lasted 10 years, his journey from Troy to Ithaca via Africa and southern Europe lasted for 10 additional years, during which time he encountered many perils, and all of his crewmates were killed in his absence. Odysseus was assumed dead, and his wife Penelope and son Telemachus had to contend with a group of unruly suitors who were competing for Penelope's hand in marriage. The Odyssey could be a good film. Hopefully it will be, and hopefully they won't use an overabundance of CGI in it, which they will. I can see all the nerds running now with their computers. We'll do it all with CGI. No, please, use practical effects where it's possible. And even go overboard with that, where it's not even possible. Try and be inventive with practical effects, because they're ruining all these movies with just CGI all the time. They should blend 75% to 80% practical, and then 15, 20% CGI where absolutely necessary. And then you're going to make a better film on the physical level. Right, so Christopher Nolan's movie could be good. I'm not a fan of his, but this could be something that is interesting. It probably more than likely will be the biggest film of 2026. But hopefully they just make it where it's grounded more and make it a bit more darker than Troy. Make it, a bit more kind of like edgy. And I think you do that without using CGI. It's very hard to make things edgy when there's just an overabundance of bloody CGI all the time. There's some sort of, computer wizard behind everything we're looking at. Even just to go back to that Superman review that I made a few videos ago, when I looked at it on a second viewing, the advert, there was a couple of bits and pieces that I didn't really mention too much in the video, and that was, I could see the CGI in it, and it's like, well, you might as well just look at the green screen. Too much. But let's give the benefit of the doubt, because they haven't started even making it yet, that it may be good. Hopefully it will be good. But if they stay with the practice that they're going right now, with their diversity nonsense and their overabundance in CGI, and trying in the wrong area, you don't need more money to make a better film, by the way. once you have enough to make the film, it's down to something else, which these idiots can't seem to work out. In a lot of places, right? They can't seem to work out that we can just keep throwing money at IMAX cameras and this, that, and the other, and doing this and doing that, and we haven't done this before, and let's do this now. You're missing the point. And I've said this before, you're missing the point. There's a special secret ingredient that makes a film last forever or a long time. And it's got nothing in the end to do with money. Once you can make the film, it shouldn't, and you save loads of money that way as well. I could save all these studios loads of money. And maybe I could make the Man Who Died film, which probably would be a good choice to make a feature film based on that. But that'll never happen because you have to be in the in crowd. I understand that. You have to work in a certain area to get to know people. So the Odyssey 2026, let's hope that they go down a better road with this fantasy epic than just say other films where they just over CGI it to death. You don't have to over CGI it to death. Practical as much as possible.